My first reaction to the episode was surprise. It was this unexpected, beautiful love story in this bleak world.
Murray Bartlett wasn't the only one surprised by episode 3 of the HBO series The Last of Us. In general, so far, the show has stayed pretty faithful to the video game.
You don't bring up Tess. Ever. Matter of fact, we just keep our histories to ourselves.
But last night, the TV adaptation decided to flesh out what was basically a footnote in the video game, that the character Bill had a partner in Frank who had passed away before the events of the video game.
I had somebody that I cared about. A partner. Somebody I had to look after.
This was not some flippant decision made by some TV exec. Neil Druckmann, who is the creator, writer, and executive producer of the series, very much respects the video game because he also wrote and directed the video game.
My philosophy on this show has always been, when should we deviate and when should we come back? If it's kind of the same or worse, we stay where the game is. If it's better, we deviate.
Well, the TV audience sure loved the change. CNN said the episode had an early claim of one of the best of the year. Esquire said it's a TV moment we'll never forget. CNET called it a gut-wrenching masterpiece, and NBC News said it was a milestone for LGBTQ gamers.
We're gonna make friends.
We don't have friends, Frank.
Nick Offerman signed on to play Bill after Murray Bartlett was cast as Frank. Murray won an Emmy last September, right when they were shooting this episode.
I got this offer a few days after finishing season 1 of The White Lotus. That couldn't have been a more perfectly dangled carrot.
Depicting a love story that takes place over decades in a matter of minutes meant there was a lot of narrative ground to cover very quickly.
It's amazing because we get to do such contrasting scenes, sort of action kind of scenes, and then really like intimate, vulnerable scenes.
You know, it's so funny that we like fall madly in love and then slam cut into you storming out the front, like we're screaming and we're fighting.
Oh, you! Come on!
Which to me is like, oh, they are in love.
Another way that love is demonstrated in the episode is through the Linda Ronstadt song Long Long Time, which is also the title of the episode.
And I think I'm gonna love you
For a long, long time.
I had a couple of months to practice playing that song badly, because that's what it said. You know, Frank plays badly. So from the first day that I knew about the show, that was the song. Really awesome choice.
And it's awesome to see that the day after the episode aired, Linda's name is trending on Twitter. A lot of elements from the episode are trending, including the guys' names for breaking viewers' hearts with a powerful ending that is communicated, if you think about it, in a very mundane way.
To get to communicate to him that I'm going to go with him by the way I drink the drink. That was just, as an actor, that was something that was one of the most delicious indulgences I've ever gotten to experience. And again, it's a testament to the writing that all the pieces have been put in place so that merely by tweaking how I drink a glass of wine, hopefully the penny drops for the audience as well as Frank.
And clearly the penny dropped for the audience too. I haven't seen this show yet, but having to prep this segment, I kind of feel like I've seen this episode now. But judging from the outpouring of love for the episode, it is clearly possible for a straight man to play a gay man. Like, I didn't see any headlines or tweets that said, I couldn't buy the idea of Nick Offerman falling in love with a man because he's married to a woman in real life. Nick told TV Line why the character Bill was appealing to him.
He's faced with the choice of, do I dive into this for the first time in my life or not? And that, you know, was very tantalizing to get to take a swing at.
And sure, a gay actor probably could have done just as good of a job as Nick did, but in a time when we have Tom Hanks saying he wouldn't have been cast in Philadelphia today, and Julianne Moore saying she would now reconsider taking on The Kids Are All Right 10 years later, I think we have to recognize that a character's sexuality being different from an actor's own shouldn't prevent that actor from playing that role. And yeah, that goes both ways in any sexuality. But yeah, what do you think of episode 3 of The Last of Us?